Here's the cup. Yeah. It's not centered.
I assume it is, but we'll see.
Olsen's not ready?
Yeah.
He's ready?
Yeah, he's ready.
Okay, give me 1 minute. I'll just go over there.
The players are getting ready to start.
Seattle.
Seattle. Okay.
I just saw on the flight down that you have a tournament before this tournament.
And Alex tells me they're getting ready to start.
I'll switch chairs with you so I can.
Yeah, you can handle the commentary. I mean, the what do you call that thing? The chat.
Yeah. So just place that microphone near your.
Alrighty, righty.
Tournament, not too many people. It's 10
Okay.
So it is private. So by
No, you can come.
So I'm here with the legend and my good friend Marty's store.
Hi.
Yeah.
Let me go and.
Right.
Alex is tall, so his head is cut off.
I play poker, so
Go ahead and start.
All right.
Yes, the first day was a Mochy million tournament, which is like.
You're gonna give them the go-ahead to start. So
Like
okay.
you can start with 8 chips
All right.
and play like money game, and if you lose all the chips, you are out, or you can rebuy, and then you alternate the player. And
I've never done that.
it's very fun.
Yeah.
And it's strategy gonna be very different.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you have short stack, and cube has like some limitation because you're not gonna win or lose more than you have. Obviously. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm just gonna adjust this camera a little bit.
Did you come up with that, or what was that?
No, the format was already there for a long time ago, but I just named it and I just like.
Oh, the Mochi Millions?
Yeah, small blend.
Yeah, that was a good
I
one.
hope it's gonna be popular.
Okay. You can start whenever you want.
Thank you much.
All right, we are off. Alex Toth is white. Checkers visible at the top of the screen, and Mochy is playing the red checkers. So a standard 6-2 opening split followed by a 5-3 from Mochy making the 3-point versus doing something weird like splitting and coming down or hitting and splitting. And Alex responded with a second 3-2, and he's just made both his 18-point and 11-point. So 6-4 for Mochy. His problem is his back checkers, so he has to get them going. And he decided to split and come down to the 9-point instead of putting a checker relatively out of play on the his own 2-point.
You're using the big doubling cube there.
Yeah, I see. And now Mochy hit twice. He hit on his own bar point with a 6 and on Alex's 9-point with a 2. And whereupon Mochy entered 2 checkers with it looks like a 4-2. And now there's a it's no double, of course. Mochy's got blots to clean up. And Alex has got a slightly stronger inner board for the moment. Alex just cleans up 2 blots. He lifts a blot to his midpoint and makes the 7-point. And Mochy rolled a quite good double 3. He hit, and he made his 5-point. There's a beautiful double 2. That's even more beautiful than double 3. Alex enters, and he makes the point on the 4-point on Mochy's head, as we say. And for the last 2, he advances his back checker. That's a particularly strong thing to do when your opponent is on the bar. Ooh, a double 1. That's a nice one. So obviously the 1 enters and makes an anchor low in Alex's board. And rather than not hit Alex's blot, it's more a question of how should the blot be hit. There's a bunch of options. Doubles often give you many options because there are 4 separate numbers to play, 4 aces. So he's played 1, and he could hit loose on his 4-point, or he could switch. He could switch, or
I think they were calling you, maybe.
Calling me? Oh, that's the okay. They might have located a doubles partner for me or something. So Mochy, in cases like this, you'll see Mochizuki. He will set up different alternatives on the board and see what they look like. Then he will often set and reset the checkers. This is perfectly legal. You're allowed to do this. You can make the entire move and then look and see how it seems, and then you can reset to the original position and then set up another alternative move, and then eventually you can choose. The problem with doing such things is that you might make a mistake, right? So Mochy has entered on the, he moved one checker into, and he made the 24 point. He moves his other back checker up to see daylight on the 22 point. It can come out with the direct 6. And he switched points, the 5 point to the 4 point, because I guess he did not, he didn't want to get hit back, and that reduced his, the return shots against him. There was no direct shot. And Alex entered with a 5-1. He didn't have a good 1 if he came in on Mochy's 5 point. So he entered on Mochy's 1 point and brought a builder down to his 8 point.
You have a doubles partner. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Good. I have a doubles partner for later on. 7:30 is the start time, right? So now Mochy has got a 3-2, and he has advanced his anchor up to the 22 point, and he just lifted the blot from his 7 to his 4 point. Now, Alex did not turn the cube, but he rolled a nice joker 6-1 to make his 5 point. And after Mochy's 5-4 reply, he's going to think, is this too good to double? Shall I play on, or is it a double? I suppose it's just a pass for Mochy from here. What do you think of that, Alex?
I'm trying to do some housekeeping.
Oh, housekeeping. It's white on roll. Mochy is just.
Oh, from the bar.
I think Mochy is. Yeah, he played. Mochy rolled 5-4, and he played 6-1 hit, 13-9, and it's Alex on roll, and he deliberates and he doubles, and I think Mochy's just going to drop in to win this game. There's a few paths for him to win, but none of them seem very promising. Could win from a double anchor, quasi back game. The back game doesn't have very good timing.
Oh, here's your doubles partner.
Hi.
How did you know that?
She told me.
Is that all right with you?
Yes, that's
Okay,
why
good.
I was looking.
All right.
Nice to, just let me know.
Yeah.
We'll
7:30.
we'll do it. Yeah.
All right,
Thanks, Terry. Terry Harmon, my doubles partner.
That's right.
Now Mochy just, as predicted, he just gives up, and they're going to try to reset the checkers the right way. Alex says, "All right, I'm going clockwise." So and Mochy already knows he's going counterclockwise. All right, Mochizuki, the red checkers on the bottom, and Alex Toth, the white checkers on the top. Alex is ahead 1-0 to 13.
Technically turquoise.
That is,
it's hard to see.
I'm a
in
man, okay. I like primary colors. That's a diss on my own gender. My wife is more artistic than I am. She knows things like teal and burnt sienna. Well, some of those I know because my mother was a painter, so I used to watch her mix her paints on the palette. So Alex started with a 5-3, went 6-1 for Mochy, 5-3 for Alex, 4-2 for Mochy, and then double ones for Alex, and now double threes for Mochy. So they're both rolling well, but Mochy's got the upper hand. And Alex did not make his 8 point. He can only roll he found a 1-3. So against Mochy's developing prime, he must split his back checkers, especially since splitting is against 9 checkers in Mochy's attack zone. All the checkers in his board plus the 2 on his 7 and 1 on his 8. So this looks like a logical play. Split with an ace and lift the blot 8-5. And Mochy is very happy to remake his 8 point. And that is an ugly wuggly double 1 for Alex. So one question is, shall I anchor up, or shall I keep my back checkers diversified so that I can have more freedom to move them? And Alex is looking at just pushing the checkers on his 3 point down to his 1 point, doesn't really want them so deep, but he wants to keep all his assets, and he also wants to keep his back checkers split. If he didn't split his back checkers, keep them split, I mean, he would have had to make a concession on his side of the board, like stack up a spare checker or something like that. Now, this is a terrible roll. Mochy rolled a 7, I think it was a 5-2. He brought a builder to a 6-point, and Alex moves a lot of freight forward with a double 6, but he has to bury another checker on his 1 point. So he's got 3 checkers on his 1 point. Now, Mochy is behind in the race, but he has a good chance to either hop out and control outfield territory with both of his back checkers, or bring builders down from his midpoint and follow that with making his own 5-point, or even roll something like double 6s and just blitz, you know, just knock those back checkers off of their perches. So it's a multi-way game-winning chance for Mochy, and Alex does, with 3 checkers out of play on his 1 point, he doesn't think he's got enough time to maneuver his back checkers and wait for good opportunities to flee. He's not going to probably get those opportunities very quickly. So he sensibly, as I think, passes.
That's quite the cube there.
Yeah, Mochy, a big cube, as they say.
That's a big
They
cube.
make big plays in big cubes. So 3-1 making the 5-point for Mochy. 6-2 standard reply to making that 5-point. Out with the 6, down with now a joker for Mochy, puts him on the bar, and he stays on the roof, and Mochy knows these by heart, and he's just going to he's going to play on for gammon. If he's got 17 ways to hit that checker on his own bar point, and then he can try just blitzing away. There's a duplicated hitting number, the 6-4 can hit outside, or he might hit on his 7-point and split his back checkers, or, you know, and then try to pick up that outfield checker later. If he misses, and if Mochy misses the shot, and then 17 number shot, then Alex enters. You know, Mochy's still got the 4-point board versus 1 advantage, and he'll try to encourage as much contact as he can, hoping to hit a bunch of blots and then win a gammon. But Mochy could, he says, is this good enough to play on for a gammon? By playing on, he's risking, you know, that he doesn't hit, and then, like I said, and then Alex immediately enters, and he says, "All right, I'm just gonna cash. I'm gonna take my point while I can get it." I have a hard time believing that Mochy does not know what Extreme Gammon says about that very position. I keep forgetting all my memorized knowledge, so I don't know off the top of my head myself. Anyway, game 4. It's 2-1 in Mochy's favor, 2-13. Mochy is split with a 4-1, and Alex replied with a double 5 and Wango Bango.
I think this is a double, is it?
It is not. I don't think so. With the checker, the spareback checker on the 23-point instead of the 21 or 22.
The one on the 9 makes a slight difference.
And even away makes a difference too.
Yeah.
And there's another thing. If Alex feels in his heart of hearts that Mochy is a very clear favorite or something like that, which it's hard to say Mochy's not a favorite. I mean, first of all, he's ahead 2-1. Second of all, he's the #1 giant of backgammon. And now Mochy has entered. That was a good 5-1, by the way, instead of hitting a loose. It was a great 5-1, remaking the 8-point. But Mochy rolled a very good 5-3, and he made the 20 anchor. Alex, I think he had 12 hitting numbers. He rolled the 4-3 to hit, and now Mochy says, "Shall I enter on the 5-point?" Or Alex's 5-point. And then what shall I do? Here's Matt Cohn-Geyer's dog.
Hello.
And here's Matt Cohn-Geyer himself.
Ah, yeah. The
thought
dog comes.
you were
The
Alex.
dog comes with me.
This is a cream-colored golden retriever.
That is correct.
Hello, doggy. I've got a half border collie and a half black Labrador. He is a very old dog. This was a younger doggy.
Is this the whole roll to play? I guess so.
He's
guess-
got no. He's yeah.
I guess
he's
he comes
thinking
in
of,
with the 2 and comes
he's
down
thinking
with
of
the 5.
bar to 20 and,
Oh,
and
oh.
slot. He did it. He slotted the 4 point, and now
Oh, I see.
6-5 runs.
I see. I'm looking at
And
a
6-5
delayed
hits.
stream. Okay.
Yeah. So
Nice.
right. So
4
And
3
Alex
hits and
hits
comes down, I think.
he could come down. Why not? It unstacks the midpoint. It's
You got
not
a lot of checkers on that
It's not
midpoint.
the biggest danger in the world. You know, you might roll a double 5 or something, or double 2. So what? You're not going to avoid those kind of things.
Can I switch the cube? Because it's like
It's a
blocking
builder
the-
for the open 4 point.
Yeah, it's also just a nice. If you can make the 10 point
It's a
later,
slot for
it's
the
nice.
10 point.
Yeah. Good.
Switch to the regular cube.
It's a builder for the
cube.
9 point, and the builder. They like the regular cube because it's going to sit on there.
What happened to that mouse with the
This
projector
is-
output?
Now, I was going to say maybe Alex should double it. Of course, he already has doubled, and he doubled after an early blitzing 5-5. It went 4-1 split, 5-5 attack, fan, double take.
Yeah, I think this would not be double if the cube were in the middle.
Well, he's got a checker on the bar though.
Yeah,
And
I
shooting at
understand.
the other one.
I understand.
I would double it fast.
I mean, it's a super easy take.
Yeah, it's
And I don't think you have a whole lot of market losers, even if you hit the other guy.
yeah. The thing pushing me toward a double would be the the blitz value, the advantage in Gammon's 1, and the fact that red is not developed very much.
Yeah.
It would have to be a long slog of development. Hey, doggy. The doggy wants me to feed him a peanut, maybe. Which
Choose to play
I
here?
will refuse to do.
I think you play 6 to 4. I like this
I do. Yeah, I
That's a
don't like
good
to
play.
stack it up on the 6 point.
2-1
There's
hits and
Mochi.
comes up,
Now he's
yeah.
coming back into it. Mochi's got all his checkers beautifully in play.
4 makes the anchor, and then you have to
Yeah.
play probably 8 to 7.
I like 8 to 7. I mean, whenever I play things like 3 to 2, I see I
You
regret
can
it.
come up to the 20 point. That's also a possibility.
I would not. I don't think it's forced. I mean, it's a little.
Not
It's a little
forced,
committal
but
because
you
you're-
are winning the race and you want to disengage.
It's a little committal because you're disengaging with some danger, a little
Yes.
bit of danger, and
You're-
perhaps some more danger later. Now, what do you do, Matt? Do you slot the 3 point here, or do you make the deuce, the ugly deuce, or slot the 3, or do you play 39?
What about 20?
39 come out. So we got like
Huh.
four or
What about
5.
20 to 10.
20
Is
to
that
10
crazy?
is all right. 20 to 14, 13 to 9 is all
Yeah,
right.
20 to 10
The
looks
20
like
to
me.
10 slots the.
Yeah, you roll a 3 next
slots
and
the
make
10
the
point.
10 point.
Now what do we do? Make the 4 point?
Make the 7 and 6 to 4.
That's nice and simple, but you make what I don't like.
I mean-
what I don't like is that you have too many points. You're going to have to break something next turn. And Alex is sort of, he says, all right.
This is okay, but
This is what-
you don't have any points in the outfield now, so
True.
I don't know.
But you're running out. You're running out of time
It
either
must be
way.
close.
Yeah, that was my knee-jerk play to make a 4 point. Hello, doggy. Are you barking at me? You want food from me? Is my voice too loud? Your master has a nice soft voice. That is a
it
double
double
boxcar. So there we go.
That's a good roll.
The very best roll. And Mochi makes his 3 point. And Alex, oh yeah, Alex has already doubled them. I keep making that mistake.
This would be a double in a take, I believe. If,
I would think it'd be a pretty clear double and a pretty easy take. Yeah. So now Alex pushes a 6 to 4, and he keeps a 4.5 point board. And Mochi is going to try to make his board as quickly as possible by slotting his open points. And Alex says, "Shall I make the nice 5 point board, or shall I just lift my blot?" I'm a blot lifter myself in this position. Alex goes 13 to 9 safely. Mochi has slotted both of his inner board points, and he makes them instantly with a 6-4. And now we have another icky looking 4-1, so he's got to go 9 to 4. Could try to cheat with 9 to 6 and 4 to 3, but The chances of his getting away with that are nil, and he wouldn't try to do that anyway. It's my idea of a joke, very sick joke, but true. So 2-1 is good, and Mochy keeps timing to hold his board, and now it's going to be a choice between breaking the 6 point and leaving no blots and hoping for a nice double next turn. Another choice was to just break the midpoint and leave a 5 shot with only a 3-2 extra, because the 4-1 is blocked, so it would be any 5 plus a 3-2, 13 numbers to hit, and it would be a great, it would be a monstrous gain if he were to be missed. But he says, all right, I'm going to challenge Mochy. Mochy might have to break his board or his midpoint.
I rolled a 6, but not there.
And a 4-1, Mochy says, I'm not going to split my anchor. I'm not going to break my midpoint, and here is a forced 13 to 9, 13 to 7, and a deuce shot. 12 numbers, and yeah, so Alex has avoided the, he didn't leave the 15-number shot, he left
There's
only
a 2.
the beautiful, it's a 2, what, double 2s, is
I
it?
think it's a 4 or a 6.
I cannot read it.
Maybe it's a 6 because he's pointing to the to the 12 point.
Yeah. Now I think if he plays to the 12, think about it a moment, then he'll just do it. He doesn't want to leave any extra blots. So, but if he stays on the bar, then I can attack him with 2s after that, but it's all those 6 hitting numbers he fears. 6, 1, 6, 2, 5, 2, and so, not to mention 6, 6. Making it prime. And Mochy thinks already, he says, I'm not going to double, I'm going to roll a 6, 4. And Alex says it's too dicey to get out of there.
3. So
it's going to be 29 numbers if he exits. 29 numbers to be hit. Any 6 and 5 plus combinations is 28 and an extra double 4.
what about there?
That is a
More. At least 27.
that is a 31 number, right? It's
4 1
you
double
got
1.
4 1 double ones and 6 4.
Oh yeah, there's a 6 4 from afar.
So that would be 32 actually. And he says, all right, well, 32 numbers to hit. Now the triple shot by itself, any 5, 3, or 2 is 27 numbers. Then if you count other hitting numbers that do not include a 2, a 3, or a 5, you'll see, they'll call combinations, we'll see 4 1 and 1 1. And that would be 3 more ways to hit, that'd be 30, and then from Siberia you've got a 6 4. So 8 chances out of 9 to hit. And he says, all right, since I'm losing almost all the time after I hit, I don't have my requisite 25% or so. So Mochy just cashes that game. I would have been tempted to just stay there and leave 29 shots, but I guess if you're hoping not to be doubled, maybe you'd want to be farther advanced. I don't know. It's academic because it was a drop, I believe, anyway. So 6-4 split, double ones attack now. Alex can make his 9 point. That's a very attractive option to me. The 9 point is very nice. I mean, you could advance both checkers on the board and try to get out quickly, but a beautiful 9 point is worth something.
It's outside.
And he hopes for a beautiful double 2 or something. 6
maybe
3,
it's 24-18 and 8 to 5.
Yeah, 8 to 5 for sure. And since the back checkers are
5
problematic,
2. Can
double hit.
play 24 to 17.
24 to 17 looks sane. That's what I would do. It's a little insane to break your 9 point for the blitz.
Yeah, I mean you can make the
With
4
no-
point, but
with no points, that's
24 to 17
the-
should be better.
Yeah, I think it is better if you make the 4 point. You've got the 4 point lasting value, but the trouble is he could hit you with a 2, or a double 4, or a 5-3, or failing that he could just roll a 6 and anchor.
You could also play 24 to 22 and 13 to 8, but
Yeah, I'd rather not play
But,
13 to 8
yeah.
because you strip a midpoint and
yeah. I mean, you don't want to come
going to
out.
the 17 point is a gain, right? It's a possible gain.
You don't
because
really want to challenge the stack on the midpoint because he doesn't have great fives, but I mean, 13 to 8
you have concessions, and I wouldn't. Yeah, no, I would have liked to play if I were going to play 13 8. I'd play like you suggested, 24 22, because both of those back checkers would then see daylight versus only one of them.
right.
If Alex does not hit this thing, which he promptly does,
It's like
4 or something.
4? Is
We
that
need the
right?
non-glare dice here.
Is that a 4?
I don't know. I think if it were a 4, he might have just made his made his 4 point
out and made
4
the
point right away.
Yeah, he's doing it.
Well, it looks like it. Looks
You
like
come
he's
out
looking for
and
both
make
at
the 4
once.
point.
That's what I would do. Versus the 5 point. I like the 9 point. I guess he's thinking about
He's thinking about
making the
5.
5 instead, but he likes that
No, this is the right
broken
play.
4 point structure. This looks right to me as well.
Yeah.
And that is a cocked nothing die. And a 1 2 1. I guess you entered the one. He goes 13 11.
Yeah.
Instead of advancing into the teeth of the attackers.
3
And
hits
Mochy
and
says
1.
hardy har 3 1.
How do you play the ace? You probably play 24 23. I don't know.
I don't know either. I guess you're not. It's not. Your back checker isn't under a tremendous amount of pressure.
Well, you like to be able to play a Rolex 6-6 or 6-5.
Yeah, if you
6-6 is
if you knew you were not going to get hit with a 2, then you would.
6-4 is
sure.
also kind of annoying.
Yeah, this is the minor trouble he's gotten into by
4 is
moving to the 21 point.
probably 18.
I would. I just don't like being under the gun
Yeah.
of 11
Yeah.
attackers.
You kind of want to get another.
is useful, but
Yeah.
but it's you don't. It's not going to be much use if you're attacked,
Yeah, you do want
especially with the
to.
Joker.
You do want to start building your forward position, but first, don't get double hit.
Yeah, so now he's going to come up. It's
Yeah,
a 21.
come up with the 3 and play 6-4. Yeah.
And Mochy will hit most numbers with which he can hit. What
I
about
don't
that?
think you hit with this one.
Oh, I think you do. I think you do because you don't have much of it.
Interesting.
You just go. You're saying
Right.
just go to the 13 point or something, or go to the
No.
15 and 11 or
You'd
something.
have to play something like 13-8, but I don't know.
I
Maybe,
would.
maybe
I
you
want
do
to
hit,
try. I
actually.
want to try to stop him
Yeah,
from
maybe
escaping.
you do just hit
Just
and
way
play
behind in the
13-11. Yeah. Okay. Hey,
It's called Storer's corollary to Pavel's law. Don't let him escape. Don't let that last back checker escape.
you don't love breaking your bar point,
No,
but
I used to study. I
I
studied
don't know.
positions like this,
Yeah.
and I gave myself the rule: when in doubt,
If you do play
attack.
13-8, it's like you're not really close to a prime anyway.
Yeah,
so,
and you're just letting him have the full roll to
yeah,
escape.
Yeah, right.
And even now, you might hit back or
Sure. You
whatever.
could anchor. You could make a
nice- a nice-
deuce point or a 3 point or
Yeah, a
something.
nice 3-2 or something like that.
Yeah, double ace.
Double
that'll
ace.
make
Well, at
the
least you
deuce
got a-
point. Make
at least
the
you
deuce
got the-
point and
got the
play
4
back
point.
to 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I would make the 23 as well. It's gonna make some of those later 6s bounce in an ugly way.
Yeah.
Because you're certainly making the 4 point.
Sure.
And now you got to find the other 2 deuces, and defensively the 23 point is going to trump the 24 point.
This is a nice play.
That's illegal, yeah.
This is a very nice play.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm not sure it's even better than the best legal play, but
This is probably better than the best legal play, but it's not legal.
this is the whole thing when somebody routinely looks
Oh
at.
wow! Is he? Yeah, he's gonna catch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He caught it. He's got 3 left.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a good try though. I don't.
Okay, so Mochy agrees with us on that. And there's a 6-3, nicely escaped. Because for form's sake, he's looking at making the 3 point, but he just makes the play we always knew he'd make.
Double sixes?
Mochy with a double 6. I guess you break the mid with 3, and then you go to the 5 point. What else?
What's wrong?
What else? I'm hungry, Master.
Is that it?
Sherman and Peabody. Who remembers that show?
3-1 can
Next
make the
point.
3-point. This looks like a cube, right?
Yeah, this is cube is coming for sure.
Yeah.
And he says, "All right, I'm going to make a nice pure play."
On the stream?
No. In the commentary. Yeah.
It's an interesting,
It's good. A lot of barks.
an interesting variety of funny holding game. Often these things are just passes, but I don't think this one is
No,
a pass. I think
no,
this is
no,
too.
no.
It's got too much shot equity. He's only got 3 spares to
The cube.
monkey around with.
The cube is more of a question than the take, but
And
I
he's
think
got
he
a-
should cube
he's got
because
an-
he does have
I
the
agree.
sets and the 4-1 that could lose the
Given
market.
that, and given that the cube is coming, you should just make a safe play. I play 9-1.
Yeah. Never leave a shot. Yeah, a set or a 4-1 could lose the market, or maybe even hitting and some other variation where he fans. I don't know.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, it's just like it's a huge swing against you. 6-2. Huge swing against you to be hit.
But I don't think it's a terrible decision to roll. I mean,
Oh, he's
It's
thinking. Oh, the 6-2. Well, no, the 6. Alex has rolled 6-2.
yeah, right.
Okay, so he's already rolled. And it was a 6-2.
He has to play 9-1. I mean, I guess he could
6-4 looks
Yeah.
oogly.
You could play
He might-
13-5, but
13-5 and double if missed, but
yeah,
shrug. It's a bit big to potentially throw away all the nice equity you've gained by all your nice rolling and
yeah.
everything like that.
You don't necessarily cover 13-5 either. You could roll 6 next turn, or 5.
Yeah.
Did he win? Yeah. Oh,
But we slot, so we don't
yeah.
like this as much as the safe
I don't.
9-1.
I don't like that.
And
one.
there's Mochy with
Yeah.
a nice 3-2. I guess he's probably coming out
Deuces. Yeah, I think to the 18.
because he's not afraid of
Yeah.
getting hit with an ace.
Yeah.
He is afraid of getting hit with a double 3. There is a 3-4. He better hit him now. Tempo game is
Yeah.
worth $1 million.
Nothing else.
And Mochy says, "Give me a 2."
And
Now we better double this one.
is
The
this a
take, I think,
clear
would be an
double?
easy.
You're
it'd be
behind
an
a
easy-
4 prime.
Be an easy take.
Yeah. I think rolling is not
Besides
crazy. Because
Yeah,
you know,
I
you have
gue- I
to
guess
escape
you're-
and cover.
I guess you got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
You know, you got the 6 to, you
Yeah.
got the 6 to cover, which is duplicated to come out, and you got a 1 to hit. But even
mean,
now, he's got a direct shot, and
right.
you would be
If he doesn't roll a 2,
unhappy to be hit.
now it's
Now
gotta be
I
like
would-
a massive
I
double,
would
right?
give a massive double for sure.
Yeah. And then let
And I
Mochy
predict-
decide what he
I
wants to do.
predict Alex will just double,
I would think so.
especially Mochy being ahead 4-1.
Right.
It's not a not insignificant lead at the in a 13-pointer.
It is annoying for Mochy, but he does have checker on the ace point. You know, the pawn on the deuce is a potential hit.
Yeah,
hit and,
he's not afraid to
checker behind the 4 prime.
take something.
I mean, he's going to
got
lose
a-
a lot of gammons.
He's got a bunch of winning chances too. So,
Sure.
but he's ahead in the match. I think
Yeah.
maybe that's going to be the deciding factor.
Yeah, I mean, I would take, but
Yeah,
you are going to get gammoned a lot. You know, 3 checkers on the 18 plus a guy on the bar already. But it just seems like
Well,
you
he's
could roll
got
like a
he's got
3-2 or
21.
something.
He's
you
got
know?
21 ways to cover that thing.
Like if he rolls like 3-2, let's say.
If he
you
doesn't
know,
cover it,
or a, I don't
3-2.
know.
I guess he just goes 13-8 like a fool.
Yeah, like go. I don't know.
If he rolls a non-covering ace, he can go.
Even if he covers with a
He could
6,
go
you can
pop.
just like enter on the 5 or ace, and
Yeah,
then you still have a checker behind your prime.
Yeah, and Mochy's covering some outfield, so he might take. I was thinking the score might make him be more conservative, but no,
Sure.
Mochy. There's a lot of points yet to go.
Yeah, I mean, you do want to be more conservative at the score, but I don't know. It kind of seems like you got a lot of play in this position.
Sugar Daddy has come with the munchies. I will munch on a little tiny, a minuscule Snickers barlet.
I don't think it's
eat enough of these things, the calories round to 0 for a small enough morsel. So you just add 0. So
he passes.
he
Okay.
passes, all right. Well,
I don't think it was a particularly easy decision. So
no,
you know, could be a pass.
he clearly had plenty of winning chances.
Yeah.
But as Matt said, the gammon chances were all in Alex's favor. Mochy protects his lead in the match. He's now leading 4-2 to 13, 9 away to 11 away. No, yeah, 9 away to 11 away. And Alex opens with a 4-2, and he uses 2 hands to make his 4-point. And Mochy uses 1 hand to play an inferior 5-1, 13-8, 24-23. The roll was
Double
inferior,
twos?
not the play.
I think you make the 20 points.
Yes, I would. White, I would make the 20-point. But it's not bad to do this either.
Yeah, this isn't terrible.
They first split is not my style. This isn't. That's not terrible because they're putting pressure on the back checkers. More so than the other way. I don't know. That was a bad 3-2 from Mochy's cup.
I think you played 24-22 and 13-10.
It's
You know,
the alternatives are not very appetizing.
You could play 13-8. You could play 23-18, but 24-22 is a pretty decent improvement in your position.
Yeah, I don't like.
You have
Well,
to play
the 3 would be
13-10.
13-10. I think you're not going to.
Oh, you could play
both back
actually. You
checkers.
could play both back checkers.
Well,
but
Mochy's so Mochy. This is the kind of position where Mochy will look at a bunch of alternatives.
right.
So Mochy says, "All right, I'm going
This
to
is
challenge
reasonable.
her,
Yeah,
challenge the builders. In other words,
this is reasonable.
divert Alex from making the 5-point.
Well, I
He's
mean,
got
he
to deal
doesn't
with the
really
blot
want
on the
to.
bar point.
If he hits with an ace, he's breaking the 8. Hitting with a 4 breaks the 11. So,
Yep.
you know, his 6 is the only.
So it was a double.
Yeah.
Says my master is
I'm sure now.
looking somewhere else and not talking to me. All right, there's a 6-4, and he just points on head. And this is shape. This is an easy cash if he wants it. Is it too good?
Oh.
Maybe.
Yeah, this is going to be a quick pass, right? Yeah.
Yeah, a quick pass. Playing on was not hopeless, I don't think.
So between games, Matt, Marty will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Do you want to say a few words about Marty?
Congrats. I don't know what words I have to say. You got some words to say?
It's one small step for a Marty. One giant leap for a Marty.
Well deserved.
Contribute to the Marty Fund. So 4-1 split. It went 4-2.53.41 split, and now Mochy has a 6-1, and
I guess you double hit in this case.
you don't have much else that I
Yeah.
see.
Yep.
Mochy did it, so it must be right here. It's a beautiful, fat, juicy double 2.
Do you make the 21? I think you make the 9.
You could make the 9. You could actually make the 11. It's not hopeless because you can.
Oh yeah, that's
Far
also
from
a play.
hopeless because you put more builders into play while your opponent's got blots up front to deal with.
That is true. 9 point.
That
in
is
the-
a little known trick.
9 point.
So
in the
I don't know about this. It can't be. It's an embarrassment of riches. I mean, you've got
Yeah.
lots of good ways to play that double 2, and that was the only good way Mochy had to play that 5-4. He remade the 8-point.
I think this is
Split
Just-
the back checkers. So he's okay. So
this
Alex
seems
is-
close. Seems
Alex
like a
is-
close double no double. It's gonna
Yeah,
super easy take.
yeah, I think the blot on the 1-point is a decent reason to pull the trigger if you're
2
in
should
doubt.
hit and come down.
Yeah, yeah. This is just. If this works, it's really, really good. And since Alex is going to have to win the game on the board now that Mochy owns the cube, it's a good gamble to hit and not just make a point. So I think Mochy's going to go 13-10 right now.
Yeah, he's duplicating sixes. You know, he could potentially make the 10-point.
6-3 looks ugly.
That's a double
now.
hit.
It's the old double hit. I remember
Yeah.
this from the good old days. You were only a gleam in your parents' eyes or something. There was a lot of splitting to the 20-point, like with opening 4-3. People would split that way.
Yeah.
Popular way to play it, and
It's actually not that bad.
no, it's only a slight error according to XG these days. And you'd see a lot of these
mostly
double
because you leave a
tempo
9
hits
shot.
with a double 4.
Yeah.
And now it's a hitting contest, and unfortunately for Alex, he has missed the return shot here. No,
I think
Alex.
it's making the 11-point. You do break
Yeah, you
your
don't-
midpoint, but the 11-point's kind of nice with the open 5.
Right, the 11-point might be more valuable than the midpoint.
Also, his 5-6 is like pretty annoying to do
And-
that.
Right. So there's a 4-2. I bet Mochy just lifts that thing. He would have liked to make that 10-point, but he didn't. So I guess now what do we do? We go
Come
9
out with 5
9
and
to 8.
9 to 8, yeah.
Yeah. So Alex has to mobilize the stack of checkers on the 21 point, so he moves the 5.
Might as
What
well
else
go.
are you thinking of? I guess he just.
Yeah, might as well go 9 to 8 just to clean up a blot and not leave fly shots.
Yeah.
No real reason not to.
No, Mochy's just gonna run all the way. I guess nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else. Again, nothing else to do. Ooh, double 3, yo boy.
Double 3, a good roll.
What do we do? Make the 5 and then go 8 to 2.
Yeah, you got a lot of. Yeah, make the 5 and go 8 to 2.
Yeah, there are blots all over the place, and you got to put them on the bar. If you don't make the 5, then you make the 3 and go 8 to 2. But the 5 seems to be such a strong asset.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't make the 2 on his head.
You can make the 7, but I don't think so.
That looks too.
Yeah.
It doesn't
You
look
can make
very-
the 3-point, but
very
then you
precipitous.
just give him the whole roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna do it. Okay, good. Now we've got. Please give me a 2-5. Half right. And Mochy's all.
Oh,
Ooh,
2
Joker.
4s. Nice.
Joker.
Yeah.
Hit, cover, and build. 2 to go.
13 to 5.
Yeah. Can't move the back checkers. Might as well do this.
Mm-hmm.
So, rebuilders for the open. 3-point. Mochy enters on the 24-point. There's a 6-4, so
must
that's going to
hit.
be a hit. And
And 6 comes out.
well, the 6 could, the 6 come out. It could go get closer to the zone to the 10-point.
Yeah,
You
but
wanna-
I think you want to not have 3 checkers that can potentially roll a double 4 or something, and then you.
Yeah, even the first double 4 would be a little dicey. If it goes,
Right.
if it goes 60 pieces, I don't care.
This is a
Stinking
bad.
double 4s
This is fine, I guess.
can't be too bad, right?
Yeah.
Now he says, "I'm glad it's closer to the zone." And there is a 5-3. Oh,
You can
so
hit
this
or
would be.
I think you got to make the ace, right? I don't think. You
I don't
wanna
know.
Hit.
I
Do
don't
you?
know about that.
Do you want to hit?
I'm
Leave 2
very.
blots?
I'm very well.
I don't know.
If you make the 1 point and he then rolls a 3,
Sure, but
that is
if
bad.
if you hit, he has 3s and aces.
Yes.
I mean, it's not
I mean,
as
I
bad as
don't. I don't
anchoring.
know. It looks like. So he says, "Oh, I'm going to spread my back checkers out." It's really good if he stays on the bar.
I think it makes sense to make the ace point. You know, you just want to hit him next turn. Yeah,
And he's going to hit him next turn, so he could play.
10 to 8 here.
10 to 8, or even he could play. I guess 10 to 8 is going to be better than 5 to 3.
Yeah. Especially double 5.
Yeah,
But-
right,
but-
right.
but
That's
even-
right.
even
Double fives
without the double five.
and you've got your nice 16 covers. Got a double 6 to cover.
Beautiful roll.
There we go. And the trouble with that is double 4s look ugly, but the trouble with the other one is that double 3s look ugly. So I guess spreading them out trumps the other little funny considerations.
Normally you just kind of grab the back checker and move the back checker to wherever it goes. That's the rule
So
for playing
3,
these
3,
positions.
1. Yeah, you don't want to. This is not so good. You're leaving all 3 checkers within 6 of each other.
It's not. It
called
doesn't really make
discommunication.
a big difference, but my role is
Discommunication
just
is
grab
not-
the back
is not
checker
good.
and place it wherever
So
the
now
dice are.
now he goes 15 to 6. Getting off the double box car lot number. It's not the biggest deal in the world. I mean, he could go 15, 11, 14, 9. Is okay too. This is plot free. So now should he go 8 to 4 or he should go 9 to 5? I don't know.
I think it's 9 to 5, but it's pretty close.
I
you know.
haven't studied
I don't
it.
really know.
I haven't studied it. When in doubt, I go 9 to 4 because if you roll but box cars, you have 2 left under 5 points. No, that wasn't. Is that cleared? I don't know. Walter Trice said this was the average. When if you have checkers bearing in on top of a closed board, this is about the average situation. 6-5-2.
Okay.
The average quality spare position. He used to study such things with glee.
I don't like this place.
Oh,
so
I don't.
much.
No, I don't either.
I think you pretty much have a gammon if you
he
don't
doesn't
get hit.
need. Yeah, he doesn't need to
Right.
leave all those extra shots. He probably gets hit
Right.
like 4% more often or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
even more.
you're not so afraid of Mochy's board, but I think the gammon is like almost gin if you don't get hit, unless he has to roll double 6 and then much more from there.
Yeah. So, barring miracles, Alex is going to win 4 points and go ahead 7 to 4 or 6 away to 9 away.
Yeah.
Mochy will still try his best.
Mochy needs at least 3 sets.
Probably he'll move both back checkers like that or that. That's fine. Give a nice double 4. 3 crossovers to the 6. Make 2 to go to the 6 point. And just bring him in. No outside motion wastage. Now Mochy will be lucky to even have one gammon saving roll on his final shape. What is
Oh, he
that?
could do it with 2 sets, right?
What is that?
I don't know. A big roll.
A 6 and a 5. Oh,
But he needs 2 sets. And they have to be reasonably large sets.
yeah, he needs 4 crossovers right now, in fact.
Yeah.
So they have to be 3s. It has to be 3s or better. And that was apparently not it. Okay. I couldn't see either die.
Yeah.
3, 4. Alright, now we know. It is 6 away for Alex Toth, 7 points out of 13, and 9 away from Mochizuki, 4 out of 13. The recalcitrant scoreboard defies easy flipping. 5-2 for Alex.
Split.
Modern, very modern, well, not anymore. It's ancient style now to split, but it used to be that everyone played 2 down from midpoint.
But if
Just
you do
about
this, you
everyone.
can just like make the anchor with 6-4 and then
Yeah, and you don't,
and then the game is
you don't deplete your midpoint
Yeah.
as much
Right,
either.
right. Is that 3-1?
That's 3-1. So Mochy can say,
I
"I will
think-
make myself a nice 5 point." That's what I would do.
Huh.
I'd make a 5 point and then stay
It's not so clear to me.
split. Well,
I
especially
guess
being
you
behind in the
do.
match too.
Yeah. You're down 4 pips after the roll.
Yeah, I would like to complicate this
Yeah.
rather than simplify. I'd
I-
like to
I-
make a nice board, and
Yeah, I think I agree with
because
making
then
the 5.
you know there's nothing that leaves a direct shot next
Right,
turn.
you could roll like a
But
6,
here,
6-5, 6-2,
5-4, 6-3.
yeah,
There's a lot.
5-4, 6-3. Yeah.
2-1.
Yeah. No, I think this is a good play. I mean, you do regret it if you roll something like double aces, where you know,
Yeah,
3-1.
a slight majority of rolls play safely for white.
Yeah. But even on most of his safe rolls, you know, you're not really that unhappy having not made the anchor. He rolls like a 5-3 or something,
Yeah, or you know
6-4.
something worse, 4-3, 13-6, or hit twice maybe.
No, I should play 13-6, I think.
That would be the thematic play.
Yeah, I like this move.
Mochy says,
Is he doing this?
no, he's just looking at it.
Okay, okay.
Mochy will look and look, as you know.
Yeah. I just thought he like went for the dice or something. I don't know.
I think he knocked the
yeah.
numbers wrong, and he reset the numbers. Or
Oh,
something.
he is doing this.
So he says, "All right, I know I'm not going to make any
don't-
PR
yeah.
errors here."
Yeah, I think making the 5 was better. But after he rolls double 6, you're kind of happy. You did
Yeah,
this.
then you wouldn't throw another 3-1 out.
Right.
And also says, "Shall I make sure I clear that midpoint for good and all?" I think
Yeah,
so.
just come down. I mean, for
I
sure.
think so, because you're stripped otherwise.
Yeah,
And the
I mean, you
midpoint
want
is of limited value.
you want to clear it, and then you have like 7 spares to play with.
Yeah, and and if you give up the midpoint, ask yourself: is Mochy really going to bail from that anchor with such numbers as
Well,
5-4?
No,
And the answer is no. You know, it's
Yeah.
perish the thought. So I think that's the right play.
Sure.
Macron guy and I both agree. And there's a 4-3, so what's going to slot the 4 and 3, I guess, right?
I think slot the 5 and 4, just because the 5 is so much better than the 3 point. It's the worst distribution, but
It's a worse distribution.
you wanna
but-
make the 5 point.
Yeah, you want to make fun. I don't know. It's XG tends to agree with you, Matt, on such positions, but this is it's so
Yeah.
stiff on the 8 point and everything that
Yeah,
I was thinking maybe that was one of the. So now what's he going to do? Make them both? Make them both?
I think you should. Yeah,
I would do it just
yeah. I
because
would
the
play
alternatives
8-5,
look pretty
8-4.
bad, right?
Yeah, I mean you could play 8-4.
You get yourself a beautiful 3-point in the board, the rack.
Yeah.
The rack, the stack, the barrel, the
You
beast.
could play
whatever you call
8-4,
those things.
6-3, but
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. It would be ugly. So, Alex says, "Go ahead, race."
yeah, it was a good play. You slot all the points, and then you can always play more flexibly next turn.
Yep. If you slot 3 points, you are more likely you are likely to make that aggregate of those 3 slotted points more quickly than any other way.
Right, and I mean,
And after
if you
any
make a
other play,
point,
but-
suddenly you end up with 3 or 4 checkers on that point, and that's not really what you want.
That's true. Like a 6 from here, 8-2, 7-1.
Yeah,
He says, "No, I don't want to. I would have made the 3 there just for the." And Mochy says, "Hardy har har."
okay,
104 pips for me.
Yeah, how is he doing in this race?
It's about even. It's close to even. I think.
Yeah, it is. He's it's,
So 104.
Mochy's like
On 100.
up to
yeah,
up
he's got
16
a
more, up
he's,
18.
he's got 100 to 88. That's 88 now.
He's up
for the-
18. So
Well, now it's 88. Is it 88?
sorry, no.
He
I
had
miscounted.
104, and now he's at 88, and I think
He's
that,
up 12.
I think that he's at 100. Right?
I don't know. I think he's up 12 after the roll.
Yeah. 64 and 36 is 100. Yeah. Oh, there we go. So I'm up 12 before the roll. I'm going to bring it in. I don't like to stack on my 6, but I do like to clear my outside points.
Not sure. There's something to be
This
said
is-
for keeping the 10 point, because now he can't run with like a 6-3,
Yeah.
5-3. You know.
Yeah,
The race is going to be close.
Yeah.
So I kind of like this play actually.
But then there's the 6-1 the other way.
Yeah, you could leave a shot, but I think it's more important to hold him.
Or you could roll 6-3 and then leave a shot next turn.
I mean, you're only up
6
4
numbers.
pips after this roll, so it's not like, you know, a gin race by any means.
So what did he roll? He rolled a 7?
You rolled a 8.
8.
No, this guy rolled an 8. Alex rolled an 8, but
Yeah.
Mochy before then rolled a 8. Oh, that's part of his double 4. So
Yeah,
this
he's
is-
up 4 pips.
Yeah, 46,
And
52, 88.
Doesn't look like
Yeah,
a double to me.
This is the 88, and that was
I mean,
that's the
I
92
don't know, it
so
could be,
far.
could
No
be close to a
no
double, but
no double. For
I
me.
mean, White has worse distribution. He's got a
yeah, but he's
only
got a lot
one checker on the 5
of
point.
a lot,
got a guy on
lot
the
of
ace
time
point.
to repair though, and Alex is 4 away. Don't forget.
Uh-huh.
So,
6 away.
oh, 6 away. Yeah, well, he's even away. Yeah, you're right. It's not 4 away, but I just played an 11-point match and got crushed
Yeah.
for me.
Is that a
There it
6-1?
is.
Oh,
Beautiful
man.
6-1. He says, "All right, I'm not going to."
This must be the.
Yeah, thanks. He says, "Well, it's interesting because now he says,
What?
all right, he gets a direct shot with a 6-2."
I don't think this can be a double for Alex. I mean, if you normal an ace, you're gonna get redoubled pretty quickly. I think.
Yeah. Then there's the old
I mean, you do,
undeserved gammon variation. You hit it, and then you
yeah,
Mochy fans for a long time.
you're not winning the race. This is the problem. So
That's
if
the
you-
trouble. Yeah. Well, your average number, not including a 1, is over 9 pips.
Uh-huh.
But that's only for this roll. That's
Right. I mean,
a
yeah.
very small factor.
yeah, it's like worth an extra pip or so, but you know, you're not
Those-
within a
yeah.
pip of a double. So.
You got- Yeah, so he's down 9 pips, 9 raw pips before the roll. So
Yeah.
no, you don't want to get redoubled,
Yeah. I
especially
mean,
if you roll double 3 or something stupid. He says, "I'm not rolling double 6." No, he has
rolls a
seen
5-2.
reason he plays
Yeah.
safe. Now.
Yeah, he has to play safe.
Off the 6 with 2 checkers, best for the race.
This would be already pretty close to a redouble if Mochy were holding the cube, but I don't think he should double from the center. I don't know.
Should be a 4 cube.
He's up
Nice.
2 pips.
Yeah, he's up, but Alex has got
Alex
more,
has-
more wastage and he's got
Right.
more crossovers. And
Right, but
he has got.
Alex could get a shot. So
Yeah,
it's
no,
not, it's
I
not,
would take
yeah.
this.
No, it
I
must be
mean,
an easy take.
I would take it 47, 67, 75 raw, and that's
Yeah, it's only 4
Must be a
cubes.
very
70,
easy take.
77 raw.
At 2 pips maybe.
So there's contact.
Yeah, I mean you could also roll like a 6-2 and clear the. Yeah,
Right,
there you go.
it is, 6-2. He'll do it. Oh no,
Oh,
he
you can
says.
do this.
He
Yeah.
says, "I'm going to inhibit the race." That's what I'll do. This looks so beautiful to
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Sure.
Ah, it's 5-1. All right, wasty.
But you know, there's
There's 6-1, 6-2, 6-3.
Yeah, 6-1, 6-2, 6-3.
5-3, 5-3 waste, 4-3 waste, slightly waste. I guess you go 6-3, 5-1.
I think you clear the 6
You
points.
just clear the 6 so that if he leaves a shot, then you don't have to worry about you.
And also,
That's interesting.
Oh, that way.
There we go. Now it's a game.
yeah, it's a horse race. Alex doesn't really want to redouble aggressively.
There's a
but
6-2 is
He
pretty
could
nice.
get a redouble in at some point, not yet.
Oh no, please. Just bring him in. None of this. Play for 3 off Malarkey and leave 1 outside. 2-1. Ugly. Got a lot of 7s.
6-3. So Alex is ahead in the race at this point.
Actually, Alex wanted to us to.
Oh yeah.
like
Sorry.
us.
So the view-
It's
I
alright,
recognized that
yeah.
last time.
Yeah,
Thank you.
So we had 4 raw pips, but not enough real
for the
pips.
viewership.
Yeah.
And he's off. 2 off. 2 off. And then Mochy with a 5-2.
Still no redouble at this score.
Yeah, he's got 1 more checker on the board. He
Oh,
can-
that's not a good roll, huh?
moves a lot of freight.
2, 3.
I guess
that
you
the
do that
fourth?
because you have an even number of checkers left, so you want
Sure.
to get 4 off the double fours.
It's got a 5-roll position now.
Alright.
What is that? A
4-4?
4?
Oh man.
5 to 1, of course. And now,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
yeah, Mochy, come on.
5, 4, 5, 3, 4, 6.
When you have an odd number of checkers left, you're better off, and you've got. No, please don't do this. This is wrong. This is wrong.
I don't think it makes a big difference. But
It doesn't make a big difference.
I mean,
but
I
it's-
wouldn't spend a
it's-
lot of time on this play.
It's just well, you don't need to if you know the principle. That when you have
Yeah.
an odd number of checkers left, and you have 2 sort of distinct chunks in space,
Yeah.
you go for the fastest position of the low chunk. That's the rule. If you follow that rule blindly, you'll make
Yeah, I mean,
very
you
few
could
errors like that.
make waste with a bunch of aces. You could waste a pip with a 6. You're not quite as
Yeah,
good
yeah,
if you
yeah.
roll double 3.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, double 3, you've wasted a pet, for example, right? So
Yeah, you might miss on later aces. But I mean, you know, if you're
yeah,
double,
I don't
double
think
3,
Mochy
you're
knows
probably gonna win.
knows the principle by heart, but he'll find it. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
he
I
can,
think it hardly matters what you do, but
well, he's winning he's winning.
I mean, it's kind of
He's
silly.
nicely winning.
It's kind of
It's
silly
true.
to spend like over a minute on this play.
Well, if you're Mochy, you're a blitz man. So.
Yeah, but you know, there's like
Alright, so
almost
it's
nothing
off,
in it.
2 off for the 4x.
It's like almost the same.
Oh.
Double,
Sorry,
is
it's
that,
okay.
is that legal? Yeah, it's
good.
legal.
Yeah, that's
As long as it counts.
Alex,
Oh, look
roll
at that.
for form's sake.
It's not
Man.
over.
Oh, he's got the cube. Okay,
Yeah,
well, that
it's
means
not over.
Oh.
I think it's over now with
Double
a double
fives.
5.
Okay.
The other thing the viewers were commenting is when the dice they land on
Alright,
the
so
corners,
7
there's
to
gray, but if you're in the
6?
center, there's no gray.
Yeah,
so
well,
it's
we'll
like
make
away,
the
7
same
away.
you can bring
the
it
same
to
hoary joke
Sure,
that
sure.
that's why they're in the
Yeah.
late rounds
Yeah.
because they've been rolling so well, and
because if
therefore they'll continue to
Right.
roll well.
Is this the
Something
rarest dice from
speciously
Galaxy
spurious.
Sale?
You're in the second round. Is that a late round?
No, I have the same one. So is it 7-6?
Oh, it's semi-final, but it's not semi-final of the whole thing. It's semi-final of the group, right?
No, it's a bracket of 8. There's 8 players in
Like
the
that.
Super Jackpot. I mean,
Oh, the super jackpot. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Okay, yeah. I thought there were 10, but I guess
yeah, there
did you
were
say there
10. There were 10, but they drew anti-buys, and then you know, it's actually an 8 bracket with 4 anti-buys.
there's 10 players, but
Right.
antibodies. Okay.
Right.
So Alex is still ahead by 1 point, 6 away to 7 away. And he has rolled a
5-1.
nice, opened with a 5-4 split, and Mochy countered with a 5-2 split, and then Alex rolled a nice double 2 and made his 24 points, and now
No double
Mochy
here.
rolled an icky 5-1.
Yeah. 6-4
And there
makes
was a
the,
non-icky 6-4
Oh, you could-
on the head.
you could make the deuce, or you could just play 13-3.
I'd
I
make
think.
the deuce right on the head.
I'm not sure
A
about this one.
3-point board, and he's on the bar.
Yeah.
And there's a duplicated 3 to anchor into cover.
Yeah. Oh,
Now-
this is a strong double.
This is very strong double, and he's not going to even think probably.
Yeah.
Looks very confident.
I think you pass
No
actually.
dog barking, I'm okay.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
passing
no
with this-
barking.
Yeah.
Dog is satisfied.
Yeah,
There's 9 checkers in the zone.
9 in
they
the
are
zone,
not well
3
distributed, but
3 points.
he also has your 20-point.
3 board points made, anchor,
I think it's just a big price.
a lot in the board. It's all
Yeah.
it looks too tough.
Alright.
I mean, it's not crazy to take, but
Down 16.
Then he
I think
rolled-
passing
Point
is.
board.
Then he rolled
I
double
mean,
threes.
passing is what I would do.
God.
I'm not saying it's like totally crazy to take, but
All that
I
was for the
would
fans.
pass
Yeah.
grumblingly
You already
or whatever.
What?
Just like to talk
Oh.
it out for the fans.
Wanna take
not
it,
really.
but
yeah.
I just can't. I just don't like the. I don't like when I never get to move again.
Yeah.
5 away to 7 away. This is the most common score in a 7-point match according to Jack Sheehan. 2 to 0. I don't know
Well,
why.
0
I don't
to
know why
0.
he says that. Well, 0 to 0 happens every time. Other than 0 to 0, maybe. I don't know.
Makes
Set
sense.
my qualifications right.
should make
Like
sense.
Only wimpy people qualify things.
Like the opening position.
3, 4,
I think he's in the race now.
3, 1.
Aha! Oof. How are the clocks going? 12:33
5,
for
2
Mochy.
is
infinite
24,
time.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mochy has way more time than the
The
previous match.
escaping store is open 24:17.
So he could lose his market with a 5, but first you gotta roll a 5. Otherwise... if you don't roll a 5, yeah, you're losing the race.
Okay. Roll 4-1 in these positions. No, 5-1. I was roll 5-1.
4-1, I think you just play 17-13 and 7-6. Just nothing crazy.
If you're ahead in the race,
You're
race
ahead in the
36 and
race.
45 is 81, 120.
It's probably close, right? It looks like it's close.
140. It was just 20 pips behind before the roll.
Okay, so 13 after the roll. Alright. $13, 8, 7 to 5.
It's good to me. I don't want to run from the 20.
Right.
Decreasing the amount of contact.
Strand the back checker and
Yeah, run,
Potentially,
and you're
yeah.
losing the race. And
right.
Okay.
the only blot number then would be, I think, 6-3 or something.
Yep. I mean, I don't know if he has blot numbers this way, but
6-3 is a worse blot number,
yeah,
sort of.
yeah, yeah,
I guess it goes to the 2-point probably.
yeah. He would play 13-7, 6-3 with 6-3.
Fewer shots and a nice unstack.
Yeah.
If you're really crazy, you'd hit twice.
I mean, it seems kind of clear. that
Face the cube.
Play 13-8, 7-5, right? If he makes the 5-point, like, you're going to be in bad shape whether you're on it or not. And if you're on it, maybe you could even come back and make an anchor on the 3-point or something, or 2-point, maybe, whatever.
Sometimes the 23-point would be the ideal anchor, sometimes the 22-point would. Seldom would the 24-point be either one of those. The 21-point in general is the best against such a position, but if you're way behind the race or something, you want the 22
If you
point.
come out, what's the
I
idea?
don't know. I don't understand. I mean, it's
Yeah.
you avoid being pointed on with small numbers, but that's a
Right.
small game, like for the reasons you said. Like
Right, you're in bad shape if,
If
he
you-
rolls a
if
if he
you
rolls
ma-
a 3-1.
if you make the 20 anchor, he's just way ahead in the race, and he's just got a bar point to land on and a lot of time to roll clearing doubles.
Down
Or
by
6-5 after
11
he strips the
21.
line point.
21 minus
I
19. 19
yeah
and,
yeah. So
You're
131.
down, yeah, you're down 13 after the roll. That's right.
131.
Yeah. Yeah.
120.
Yeah,
I think 131. Am I right? Oh, he hasn't played the 2 yet.
you're down 13 after the roll, I believe.
133. Yeah, I said 131. So actually 133. So yeah, 120 to 133. That's right. Yeah.
I don't really understand what the upside of anything other than 8 and 5 is. Like,
Sometimes if you're Mochy's opponent and you're watching him reset the checkers and everything like that, you just
I think he's gonna do this.
get confused. You say, "What was I again?"
Yeah.
You find yourself thinking about what he should do.
Like I think he's like settling on 20 to 15 and trying to find a deuce, but like
Well, the deuce doesn't matter much. You're not going to go to 22 point because you're not. The race isn't favorable enough, and then whether you go 7-5, 13-11,
15
not
13.
a big deal, or 15-13.
Right. But
You would hate to roll.
I'd
You'd hate to
hate-
stay
I
on the
mean-
15 point and then get hit with double threes or something.
yeah, it just seems like the wrong idea. I mean,
Double fours would be. He'd make his 8 and
yeah.
2 points. I don't understand this. It's sort of a hybrid, but
Yeah.
now he's just going to get pointed on the
On the 3-point, yeah.
'cause You don't want to hit and come in and then have an anchor in the 22.
No,
That would be inflexible for you. Yeah, he's going to do it.
Yeah.
Unstack your 6 as well. Come down to 5 on the 6.
It's probably like close to a double, right?
It's
right.
Like, yeah, now, especially now.
So it's 12
Especially
pips.
now.
It's 12 pip lead. I mean, kind of seems like a double. Looks like a double to me.
125.
It should be.
Yeah, it's 12. It's 113 to 125.
Yeah, I would just double and let Mochy figure out what he wants to do. I mean, you know.
All he's doing is counting the race to make sure,
Yeah.
and then he's going to just double.
Yeah.
The small numbers attack. The
I
big
guess
numbers
it
play.
could be
normally.
a take at the score. Like,
Good double.
seems like you got a long race and
No, it's good double for sure.
score favors taking, and
Yeah, it's just those
there is
immediate.
some
those immediate
contact that could
small
help you,
numbers.
and you have a board.
I guess if you roll 2-1 and then you get hit back with a 7 or something, there's always that counter. But
Yeah, you do have a
for
board
3-2,
already. I think it's a take at the score, but you know, you got the race. Most of the time, it turns into a
I bet
race, right?
Mochy's going to draw.
Most of the time, it turns into a race, and 12 pips in the race should be a take, right? 100 plus 120 pip race. What if he just rolls like a 5-1? He's not going to point on you.
Yeah, he won't. I don't think he will point with a double 4. Although he could.
I mean, there's also a score.
Double four is gamish.
No, the contact favor is white, but the score favor is taking.
I would not take that.
Unless-
I bet Mochy's going to pass.
I like the take, but you know,
Mochy is a deep thinker.
contact is also. I mean, maybe it favors white, but you could also just hit a shot. Like, you know, you can hit a shot from the roof.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like the take.
There's a 6-2.
Yeah, you can make him play
6-4.
awkwardly in the race sometimes. Or 2
He
is
didn't
not
get out.
great.
Imagine that.
Yeah, you gotta play 13-8.
There he goes. Give me a crossover. Crossover. Slow but steady wins the race. What do you do? 7 to 6.
8 to 4, 7 to 6.
It's good to me.
Yeah. Not gonna leave a shot at this point.
No, well, I mean, you could go 3 to 2 or something.
Oh, but 7
I
to
would
6
not.
puts way more
I would
pressure
not.
on the blot. Now he
Agreed.
is kind of.
And you cross over. The critical crossover. So darn it, I don't know whether 3 or 2.
6-1. You
Maybe a better
Probably.
one. 58, 72, and 41 is 113.
downs.
100 for white. Yeah, so this isn't the worst, I guess. So. But the thing is,
You're
in a
down
race,
13.
you know, in a race, though, the thing is that
You're down 13 pips.
yeah, it's 100, 113.
Yeah.
100 for white and
What if
113.
you stay back?
113.
What if you stay back and just try to play for the contact? Let's say he rolls a number like 6-3 and he has to clear his bar point, or
I know, but it's like
5-2.
many are the numbers that are worse for you.
On my
than-
game,
Yeah.
this thing, yeah.
And he says, "Well, I better think about it." Now that Matt says that,
I don't know.
he's got his special
6,
microphone to go through the wall.
He does have a lot of time to, I don't know, fill in points deep in his board if he doesn't roll a good number and then, you know, potentially hit you later. Probably just go for the race. At least you don't get gammon that way.
DMP would stay back.
Yeah. I think you should go for the race. Yeah.
5-2. Fatal lozenge. We've got Mochy goes shaky. We can even hear the shake from.
Shaky.
We can hear I could hear the shake through the wall. The dice shake. I don't think that's coming on the mic. There's no mic through this feed. I'm gonna go 6 to 5 with that one.
Otherwise 7 or 8.
I don't think it matters much.
Yeah, it probably doesn't make a huge difference, but 6 to 5 makes some sort of sense. 5-2?
Yeah.
Probably come to the 6 point, but okay. It's not a big deal.
I wouldn't even give line to going the 11 point.
Double 3 is a reasonably
It's like 4 crossovers
big
to me.
number. Yeah. It's a reasonably big number. 12 pips. 3-2, okay. He's got some chance in the race.
Ensuring at least one checker off. Oh, Mochy.
Okay.
Now Mochi's. Yeah, so some gas now. There's a
3-1.
Oh, 3-1.
Okay.
Well, he's glad that he gets a checker off with a 3-1 instead
Yeah.
of not.
It's getting closer. I think
Take it
Alex
off,
is
take it
still
off.
ahead.
No, take it
Ooh.
off.
Ooh,
If you're gonna go,
Yeah.
if you're gonna go
You should play
7 to
your-
6,
Yeah.
you should play 3 off.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Play,
mean,
your,
the only-
play your ace first and then look for a 3.
Yeah, well, or or
Yeah.
something that was probably a .02 to .03 wrong, or even more.
I don't know. Just play the ace first
Getting
and then look for a
closer.
3.
Yeah,
Instead of trying to
if
play the roll at
you had
once.
if you had the problem with a 3 to play,
Yeah,
So they're good at it.
you would certainly go off, take it off. You wouldn't
Yeah.
even think about it. So
Yeah.
it was a little anti-sleight of hand. Alex fooled himself by the way he played that. And a lot of teachers, backgammon teachers, I don't know if you're one of them, but you probably don't teach beginner types or whatever, but those that do say, emphasize, like Julius High, for example, has a lot of novice and
Yeah,
intermediate
I'm still
players.
down 4. But
Students, and he says to them, make sure if you know you're going to play number on one die one way, play it and look at it,
Yeah.
and that'll help you see what your options are.
Well, one thing you should do is play a die one way, then maybe play it the other way, and make sure you make sure you eliminate all different possibilities of ways you can.
Even Mochy does that, right? So now we got 45 pips for Alex, and we got
Mochy
44
is
pips for Mochy.
up a pip. He's up a pip.
No, okay,
This is what, 30, 40, 44? 44 to 45.
that's right.
So
What does the old fork count say? Remember that one?
44. It's probably a close no double for money, and for sure not a redouble for money. But the score could it be a redouble? I mean, if I were Mochy, I would probably roll.
I would roll. I don't know.
The distribution favors Alex also.
we can wait.
Yeah, I mean, because if Alex wins 2, he's still 3-way, which is an unfavorable
Yeah.
kind of thing. What is that? A
3-2.
3-2, off we go. And a big juicy 4-3.
Must roll now.
He's lost 2 pips.
Yeah.
And Mochy says,
6-4.
well, there you are.
He's gonna be
there.
up to 9 pips.
Put that in your pipe.
Oh no.
Oh, he's gonna be down 3 now.
Yeah. Look at that.
Oh, saved it.
Getting worse and worse.
So
Mochy down 3 pips will not
Yeah.
I'm down 3.
not redouble.
No, this
That would be-
is like
That would be
nowhere,
a very
nowhere
big
close.
mistake to be waking. And he says, oopsie,
5 off and 5 to
3 is to do 6-2, not bad. Average-ish.
Yeah.
It looks like Mochy's down 4 pips. What do you think, Harlow?
Losing a chance.
Our next to checker, that being on the 4th one.
Hard Mochy is an
Oh.
underdog, I think.
Ooh.
Not after double 5s.
It was on one of those. Double
gonna
6s would
boost the
be
market.
the ideal roll. Don't go 5 to 1.
Make sure you
Don't
redouble
go
here.
5 to 1. If he doesn't redouble you and then you roll double 3s, you lose.
Yeah.
Oh well, just kidding. All right, 8 to 8. It is 5 away, 5 away.
I'll
We're
set it up.
both
You go ahead.
sneaking a look at the digital edition of Kit Woolsey's essay, The 5-Point Match, in 1992 or 3 or whatever it was before. Streaming will resume shortly.
shall resume
Those
shortly.
out there in TV land will have a slate wait. What else can we talk about besides the match?
Ah. What you got?
What is your name, doggy, again?
Her name is Yelly.
Yelly?
Yeah, she has something she'd like to talk about.
How do you spell Yelly?
Y-E-L-I.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Could be I-E-L-I or Y-E-L-L-Y.
It's actually a nickname. But,
Well, for Yower, old Yower.
yeah.
My dog is named Egg.
Egg.
My daughter came up with that when she said she was sick of human-themed names.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she was eating a scrambled one at the time. And I have not named a pet for a long time, she said. We said, all right, Egg he is. You are a very pretty dog. Now, Goldens are very nice disposition dogs.
Yeah. She's
Very
got
calm.
A very nice disposition.
It's sexy for my shirt. Button myself up here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, is that Matt Patterson with the camera? Stuart Steve Connolly. Oh, Stuart is talking for the mic over there. Yeah, that's Matt Patterson. I recognize it. Endwell, New York voice, anyway.
There's going to be a Hall of Fame dinner on Saturday. So,
I know it well.
Yeah.
I brought funny clothes for it.
Nice. Okay, I gotta attend to this one.
Okay, yeah.
She demands my attention. Yeah.
Like Forrest Gump said, I have to pee. How does it feel to be an All-American? All right, here we are. So here's the brochure for this tournament. It says here, sportsmanship is encouraged. Do we have for a time of day? Is this local time or is this non-local time? Okay, local time. Yeah. So the double starts at 7:30, which is a mere 34 minutes from now. What was that? Something went ding-wee-dingy. After this American Backgammon Tour tournament, the very following weekend, there was a tournament at St. Louis, Missouri, a big city of the American Midwest. It is called the Gateway Open, I think, run by David Todd and the St. Louis crew. The side events start in the middle of the week, maybe Wednesday, Thursday. It now being Thursday evening. the 12th of June. We're waiting for the intrepid players Mochizuki and who's that other gentleman, Alex Toth, to come back and play. I'm not sure what's holding them up. Maybe they're negotiating hegemony or something. But at 7:30, I'm going to run away and play doubles with my partner, Terry Harmon. She is part of the women's world of backgammon. After the St. Louis Gateway Open, which is next weekend, there will be the Michigan Summer Championships, which is 4th of July weekend. See David Vakil. Got Terry Harmon and David Vakil sitting here through the break, patiently waiting for the action to start again. Through the mirror, I see reflected someone playing. Can't tell who it is. Will the players return? We hope they will. It's Alan Tisch walking around out there. I have mentioned the upcoming St. Louis Gateway Open and the Michigan Summer Backgammon Championship. It's a very big and popular tournament. 4th of July weekend. Thereafter, there are 2 tournaments that I know of in August. One of them is the Viking Classic in Minnesota. That's the end of the month. Might go into Labor Day weekend, which is the first. Labor Day is the first Monday of September. It's a U.S. holiday. And before that, there will be the, what is it called? The Wisconsin State Championships or something like that in the first weekend maybe of August. People are straggling back in. Maybe the players are ready to play. I don't know. Yeah, maybe they're taking such a long break because they're hedging or who knows what. Oh, here we go. Streaming will resume shortly. Well, it all depends. You convert from yen to euros. Semi-final of the group, I think, maybe.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Oh, the Super Jackpot. I keep confusing with the Masters. All right. The players are seated. Mochy is grinning evilly. Alex has rolled, and Mochy. Oh, Alex has got the 5-1, and he is making the minor split. And Mochy says, well, I am going to make the standard reply to miner's float, which is to make 21 and 10 points. Nice, smooth position. Adding builders up front. Anchoring in the back, and that was a 6-3 or a 5-1 or a 5-4, I forget which. I couldn't tell which. And he, Alex has run a back checker out to his 14 point. 6-2, that's what he's thinking of. He's thinking, shall I hit? If I hit, I must break my anchor. He says, but I could also just make my 4 point, then after I do that, Alex will be committed to clearing his outside back checker. So the always hit play is to do what Mochy did, which is hit, and then instead of slot his 5 point, let's say, into a double shot, break his anchor, and rely on the fact that Alex is on the bar now. So that is a nice 4-2, and Mochy makes good the escape of one back checker by making 11, but Alex says, har har, I'm going to attack you. Double 4, makes the 4 point, and puts Mochy on the bar. Now he's got to think, shall I make my 9 point, establish an outfield presence, put a nice builders for the open 5 and 3 points. Shall I make the 2 point for an instant 3 point board, which will keep Mochy on the bar more often, 14% more often-ish, immediately. Or he can play third, but not least, maybe, but least, I don't know. He could make the 16 point and try to run, but he's made the 9 point, a balanced play. Mochy must escape into a 13 number shot. Ooh, there's another 4-4, so he's definitely coming out. He's got to come out to the 16 point and then make his own 5 point. 122 pips for white after the roll. 134, so it's a close race. But the advantage of this play is that it blocks both a 5-2 and double 2s. And on those 4 numbers, Alice gets a very valuable double direct shot, which it's especially, gains especially a lot on Mochy's double 5, with which otherwise he could have cleared his outside block. But no harm done, 6-1, he just moves around to the 7 point, and the race is still not prohibitively, it's not such a big lead that Alex has got, although he's happy to not to be blocked with his 2 back checkers as well. Now Mochy's got a 5-2, and I think he's just going to slot his 3 point and make his 4. He says, no, I'm going to slot both of my points and play for the race. So 5-2 is interesting. And Alex Toth says, I could slot my low underboard points, 6-1, 4-2. Retain my midpoint so that I can clear if I roll a 5 or 3 or 6-3 next, safely. And Mochy says, well, I don't care about your little ambitions, I'll go double 6 you to death.
Oh,
So that would be 100 for white. Oh, 96 pips for red. Okay, so that's, I had the pip count wrong. 96, yeah, 96 for red, and so now that goes to 90 for red. And 100 for white. So I think he'll just play 13 to 6. He was down 7 pips maybe, but he's only getting 1 crossover. He's breaking contact against a 10 point. And now Mochy's free to cross over twice. And that's an ugly wuggly 2-1. Alex has got to get those two crossovers no matter what. He could have gone 8 to 6 with a 2 and crossed to the 12 point, but 2 down from the midpoint is fine. What is my pip count, says Mochy? He's got 92, is that right? No, wait, 45, 55, 61, 64, and 18 is 82. Part of 92. 82 to 90. So this is a good double. I believe it's just a take. A little less than 10% of the pip count ahead. Which is a little better off in the crossover situation. That might be worth a pip or so to him. I don't know. Jeff Ward would have said it's worth a pip or a ward count unit, but shrug. I predict Alex takes. It's just like it's at the score. If the cube's at 2, it's, you know, a money take is generally going to be a take in a race, and the 3 cube equity is kind of powerful. Because if you own a 4 cube, you know your opponent has got a very low take point, so your leverage isn't as great as it would be in a money game. So I think that Alex will 47, 55, and 35 is 90. So 82 to 90, yeah, 55, 606, 42, 84, 82 to 90. So I think it goes 10 to 6 and 8 to 3, which is the. Okay, now we got to go 12 to 6, unfortunately. We only get one crossover, might as well keep spread out on the outer board and cross with efficiency, and there's a double boxcar. And that's going to be hard. 3. Hard to overcome. There's almost a double boxcar, 6 and 4. A boxcar and a blaster, is that what that is? He takes 2 crossovers, and there's a 3-2. I'm just gonna go. And unstack his 5 point. And there's a 5-2, and he barely gets one off. Into the 6, off of the 2. Don't even think about it. And Mochy says, "All right, I just want average numbers." No, not a 3-2. And now Mochy says, "I'll fill my open 2 point." And Alex says, "Oh well, I only got a 3-2. I'll probably go 6 to 4 with the 2, catering to double 4 and 4 off, rather than catering to small numbers." Mochy plays 5 off. Alex rolls a 5 and a 4, 2 off. He's happy he played that 6 to 4 last time. Slightly happy. Mochy rolls a 4-2, 2 off. Alex is hoping for a big boxcar. A 5-4 is not quite chicken feed. Maybe it's chicken feed at the quick count. A 4-3, 2 checkers off. Mochy. A 6 and a 3. For Alex. Things look very dim for Alex Toth in this game. Mochy made a good double and followed with his double 6 soon. Mochy rolls a bad 3-2, with which nevertheless he gets a checker off. 6 to 4. Odd number checkers left. Go for the 3 off instead of catering to the 2 off the 6 point. No choice there. 3-4 off the 4 point. 6 to 3. And now Mochy's got 5 missing numbers next turn, but that is not enough. 5 checkers left is a loss for Alex Toth because Mochy is off in 2. Alex concedes. Mochy goes ahead 3 away to 5 away, 10 to 8 in the 13-point match. Semi-final of the Super Duper Jackpot. If you want to play in the Super Duper Jackpot, you have to pony up a nice entry fee, and you're going to be playing the likes of Mochy and Alex and other strong folk. And a 6-4 for Alex. Shall I make the 2 point? Oh, gammonish by making a better board. Hope he rolls 5-1 and then again twice. 5-1, he would have to slot his 5.63. And Mochy says, all right, you've got a stripped 8 point, you've only got 8 in the zone, I will challenge you. Another idea would have been 13-4 or the like, but the split is considered better by Extreme Gammon, the robot that everyone loves so much. And that's a 1-4. That's a nice hit and split by Alex. He's got a 2-point inner board, and Mochy has a 0-point inner board and a 1-point inner board. Now, Mochy says to himself, shall I make a 10 point, or shall I play like a human and blitz? Blitzy, witsy, he blitzes, and Alex, unfortunately, only enters 1 checker without hitting. And Mochy's got 9 in the attack zone, and he's got 6s, 3s, and 2s to hit on the other side, 3s and 1s to cover, 4s to attack on the 4 point, such as, 4-4 would be make the 5 and 4 points. 4-1 would be make a 4 point, 8-4, or 5-4. 4-3 would be make the 5 point and cut loose. I mean, this is a strong position for Mochy, but being 3 ahead, I'm not sure he's going to flip this cube, because Alex would be itching to redouble. The trouble with Alex, the trouble with making the 2 point at your first turn is you've got this low point, and Alex has broken his 8 point to attack, and Mochy has come back with a great 5-5 and there's a bad 4-1 by Alex. Now Mochy's just going to attack. And if he gets an undoubled gammon, he'll be at Crawford ahead 5 away. Now every move's a cube decision. He could if he cashed this, he would be up 2 away to 5 away, when you have a 74% or 76% chance of winning, and this is a good time to double, perhaps. You could still play for double for it again. Not sure what Alex is going to do, and if you are not sure what Alex should do, the Woolsey doubling rule says you should turn that cube, because you've got an advantage. And Alex says, I don't want to be gammon for the match, so hi, doubles time. Oh, what's her name? Terry Harmon's going to pay if she denies it. Are we going to start momentarily? Is it almost 7:30 yet? Candace can't hear me, I guess. Okay, so Alex says, I will take my 24% winning chance in the match, roughly, and not be gammoned out for the match. And Mochy is happy enough, I guess, with that decision. And 8-7. So this is the aggressive way to play the double one against a split. I think that, yeah, no, Mochy makes that 11 point. I'm inhibited to double. I don't think that Alex still only has 8 checkers in the attack zone. But he says, I don't care, I'm going to double you anyway. Because if you win 1 point, I'll be down 5 away Crawford. I might as well get 2 points if I win the game. Or even get 4 points if I win a gammon. And Alex says, all right, you're only about even money. Hit me back, I'll hit you off that 4 point. And Mochy says, for the car, I hit you too. And Mochy says, I will not strip my midpoint, I will run away, but not be hit back. And Alex says, I'll roll 4-2 and hit you back. Now I've got 9 in the attack zone. Mochy says, oh, I better hit you. 4-2, oh my god. He says, now I'm going to try to improve the situation with my back checkers. Aggressive. What is that, a 3-1 he's got? I think so. Oh, it's a 5-1. Yeah, Alex Toth roll 5-1 and hit both of Mochy's checkers, and Mochy is fanned. Okay, he's on the gammon try. Oh, beautiful. Oh, there's a double 3, making his 4 and 3 points, and I think he's going to just move 13-10 for a builder attacker closer to the zone. He wants to be aiming directly at his open 2 and 1 points. And I don't think his back checkers are in trouble. They're diversified already. So he very properly, I think, plays 13-10 with that last one. 1, that is not chicken feed. And it's a nice 5-4. Now, shall he hit? Interesting question. There's no covering ammunition except for the 3 checkers on the midpoint, which gives double 6s, double 4s, double 3s. So my guess is that Alex is going to play 1 checker into the outfield and then find a 4. The 4, if he plays 5 or a 5, depending on what he does, he could play 13 to 8 for a 5, and then he could split his back checkers, 24 to 20. He could say, "All right, I'm going to attack still." I could, this is all right. He's bringing checkers into play, sort of where he wants them. Mochy obligingly stays on the bar. A 4-point gammon for Alex Toth would be fantastic. It would put him ahead in the Crawford game, with Mochy needing 2 points, and that would make Alex about a 2-to-1 favorite in the game. But in the meantime, he's got to find the best checker plays, and I'm not at all sure I know the best checker play. I mean, an aggressive try would be to slot the 7-point and make the anchor with a 4, and that's what he's doing. Because he can use that checker on the 7-point as an attacker, or he can cover. Hi, Terry.
Hi.
And now he's got a choice, because if he attacks on the 1-point, 8-to-1 hit loose, which he does. I think that's the right play, because he can recover by making a 5-point climb. He can recover if he gets hit back by making the 7-point. If he doesn't get hit back, he can just make the 1-point. There we go. Makes the 1 with a 6. And he's got a 5-point board. I imagine he's just going to go 10 to 7. Now he's got a direct number attacking the open 2-point. And Mochy rolls 2-1, and any 5 and a bunch of doubles, he's going to hit loose. Can't let Mochy just have an anchor for free with a 2. Mochy is going to roll something. What is it? It is a 2-1. Okay. Mochy is alive. He's alive and kicking. 3-1, I suppose we are going to play. You could play bar to 24, 13 to 10. You could play bar to 21. Bar 24, 13, 10. He doesn't get hit with a 2-1. He gets a direct shot with a 2-6. Gets a direct shot with a 2-4. Or 2-3. Stays on the bar. 3-2. Now this one, I think, this is rather interesting because he can play. He's going to play 10 to 8. He should play 24-21 with a 3. They're competing goals. One goal is to escape the back checkers. One goal is to attack, of course. One goal is to keep the back checkers diversified so that you can hop out to the outfields with many numbers. That's kind of play that Alex just made. Mochy stays on the bar. And at 5-3, I think the right play now might be to just move all the way to the midpoint. 21 to 13. He could also move all the way to the 15-point from the 23-point. And that's what he's doing. He's that's sort of a hybrid attacking, escaping play. Once Mochy gets in from the bar, it will be a different story now, because oh, he hits with a 6-2 from the bar. I didn't even see that. I was conditioned not to wish to break it. Okay, so there's a 5-1. So this is interesting again. He could establish an outfield presence and break the 20 anchor. Hey, Terry, just tell me if I have to come and play, okay? So now Now, what is the best play? What is the best play? Diversification is good. This is reasonable. Now, Mochy has got a, 4-3 is crummy. Oh, crummy. What's he going to do? Is he going to hit twice? Could hit twice in his board just to gain time. It's ugly as sin to put a, strip the 8 point and put a checker on the 1 point, and also leave 3 blots. Semi of the Super Jackpot.
What would your move be?
Oh. I think I would hit twice just to gain time, maybe to get my last back checker out to safety with a 6. It's not, and with 2 on the roof, even if you get hit back, you might have another roll or 2 or even 2 to anchor. The trouble with any other play is that it, I mean, you know, the alternative to hitting twice in my book is to safety to the midpoint and then play simply 6 to 3. And Mochy says that's the prettier by far play. And now Alex says, well, I think I know what he's going to do. He's going to play out to the 16 point and 10 to 6. He could make the 16 point, or he could just break the 20 point and come all the way around and leave the back checkers diversified. That gives up the defensive anchor, but at some point the defensive anchor is not worth keeping. I might be a little chicken to abandon that point just yet. So I might wish to just come out with a 5 and then 10 to 6. 21 to 16, 10 to 6. And then Mochy would have a bunch of numbers that do not play in complete safety. 3-1, for example, right? But now Alex is thinking about abandoning the anchor. Abandoning the anchor is well motivated because it gets the back checkers moving in it. You're moving your anchor forward. You're giving up your 20, but you're making your 16, which is better for racing. And so it's hard to fault this one, but I don't know what's right, to be honest. What is that? A 2-1? What is that? Is he thinking? He's thinking. It might be a 3-1. I rather think it's a 3-1. I can barely see either die, but I'm pretty sure I see a 1. And then I'm pretty sure I see a 3. So if it's a 3-1, I don't see that there's any choice. He'll make his 5 point. You have to leave one open anyway. And a 4-1 for Alex. Oh, he could do what is called the banana split. Could enter with a 4 and go 3 to 2. Hoping that Mochy stays on the bar and then he remakes points and wangles a gammon out of it. What is that? What is that? 5-5? Oh, that comes all the way and covers the 3 point. Oh boy. And there's a 6-1. So 6-1 could be played 9 to 2, or it could be played 21 to 15, 9 to 8. Or it could be played some other way. When you go on to 15, 24 to 23. This is a tough play. This is what happens when you're suddenly all of your opponent's checkers are in play against your multiple back checkers. You find awkward numbers. I kind of like what Alex was thinking about, 21 to 15, 9 to 8, and that's what he does. Mochy would kind of like a double 3. So 6-1.
Hard to see the dice.
Yeah, it's, right. They've got, some people have got a glare-free one, so Mochy's looking at the natural hitting play, which leaves 7 return shots. 5 of the ones and 6-4. You could make the 7-point, which leaves 4 shots. 3, 4, 1, 6. 3, 6 would be nice. Other than this, I don't see much. Well, I guess he could go to the 6-point and not block. Not block 6s, at least for a while. I think rather than, if he's not going to hit, I think he should make a 7-point. But he would be very unhappy if he made the 7-point and then got hit back with those 7 numbers. Because I'll leave him 4 numbers. 5 4s are not one of those 4 numbers. So I think it's just 15 to 6. Blot from the outside all the way into the 6-point. 2 fielders bearing directly onto the open 2-point, that is, with 6s and 4s. And now Mochy has made a beautiful 5-point prime, solid 5-point prime. Alex has nothing better than the slot is 2-point. And Mochy, of course, the cube is not in play because Mochy is Mochy owns it at 2, and if he simply wins the game, he wins the match. And that just means, well, you know, he's not allowed to erroneously double and face an 8 cube or something weird, but because it's considered an impossible action. Yeah, 6-4 in, right?
I was gonna say he just doesn't have much time left. Getting short on the clock.
Oh, 3:35 for Alex. That's plenty of time. Ooh, it's a double boxcar? Is that what it is? Mochy is swooping in for the kill. Alex would like to make the 9-point with a 2-7, but I didn't roll it. And Mochy closes the board, and that's going to be it. Yeah, Mochy came back from that one. And a 6-5. Mochy plays in complete immediate safety. 1 checker out, and that's a 2 and something. I wish I could see what it was. Oh, a 2-4. Okay, so that's the right play. Gets ready to clear a 6-point. That's the worst way to clear a 6-point. 6-1, and Alex. No, Alex doesn't say where he comes in. He's going to race for form's sake. Gets a crossover to the 17-point. Ooh, Mochy rolls a 1. Double 1s. At least he gets 3 checkers off.
And he's smiling.
6-5, and now we just go to the 6-point. Just go to the 6-point. It doesn't matter. You go to the 10-point and the 12-point is just as good. Just as good or just as bad. And now Mochy with a 3-4. A hollow-chested formation. 2-1 is very sick, but it doesn't really matter. If he's going to get frustrated about a 2-1 at this late stage, then it's bottled up resentment. And Mochy says, I'm going to play not to waste a lot of pips with 4s. And I guess you just go to the you go to the 5 and the okay. This is now the trouble with this is he doesn't get 3 off with a double 5. He should have gone to the 8-point and the 5-point, which would give him 3 off with a double 5 and 3 off with a 4. So it is only gets 3 off with 6 or a 3 or a 4.
Oh yeah. Okay.
1 off.
What's the good news? I get to
There's
lose
boundary.
more money at doubles.
Just roll your dice, Mochy. I gotta play doubles.
Why more money in the
I know
doubles?
it's a very interesting position.
If you win.
Every word here.
He has a minute 20
Will we
left.
cover my drawing?
Yeah, he'll.
I'm a
Yeah.
Mochy.
Mochy always does that.
Drawing dead.
I've never seen his flag fall.
Is that for drama?
No, he actually considers a lot of moves with the time that God has given him. And if Mochy rolls a 2-1, you'll see him go ballistic. Ah, 2-1! Oh, he's gonna throw the dice. Hopefully not the gigantic cube. Oh, 2 off with a 6-2. And another 2-1 would be horrible. About as horrible as it could get, but what is it, a 2? 2-2 maybe, or 4-2. Oh, it's 2-2, so yeah, so that's the end.
I think he
It's
got
impossible. He's got 9 checkers left, so that's it. And Mochy must be off in 2. Mochy has won the semifinal of the Los Angeles Open Super Jackpot
That was crazy, that five.
on this 12th day of June,
Yeah.
2025.
Yeah.
Now, Terry Harmon and I are going to go play our doubles match against I don't know who.
I don't know.
We'll find out. All right. Signing off for the moment. Alex Asagian, come.
Monster split, like a banana split?
No.
No. It's probably, yeah. Yeah, just number 5 is so great.
I won. What you want?
You won? Congratulations.
Lots of laces in this match, I think.
I know, we
Yeah.
dared off so much. It was crazy.
Which streamer is it going to be on? USBGF. Oh, the actual USBGF.
Where will you go play after this? I mean, tournament after Los Angeles.
Oh, I might go to Las Vegas, I might go to New York, I don't know yet.
Give me one.
Not for backhand. Or for backhand?
Backgammon, I only play backgammon.
Los Angeles, they have cash game.
No, Las Vegas, I said.
Yeah, Las Vegas.
There could be a lesson, like a very, very surprise staying in Las Vegas now.
I'll be right back.
Alright, thanks very much.